Think of next. Um, some of you might have saw recently that I asked if we could rebuild some of the work that we've been doing for one of our large prospects because people really liked the demo that we did. And so they're hitting some challenges around things like real estate. And so we wanted to collapse the filters and put, Blobby in more places. Kind of my goal for this is just to shove as much kind of like corner features of Omni as possible. And I think there's a lot of room to do that in here. So this will definitely need some kind of Sarah and Elliot love, but let's kind of log in here as an embed user. And of course, there's going to be like more dashboards we need to add over here, but we now have things like, I think we have a little nav panel on the side that's collapsible. And you have also one for the right-hand side for the little filters, if you'd like to. Had the opportunity to add in a bunch of new filters, like if I go and sort by completion percentage here, you're going to see that, these people have played very few games, but they don't actually show up on the leaderboard here. So we actually had to leverage the new level of detail stuff to put some threshold for like the percent of games played, which is a fun thing to talk about. Built this little comparison tool as well. Already preemptive shout out to Sarah because she helped for a different prospect for build kind of this sort of KPI link ability here. And then also like this is going to be a good opportunity when we release containers to move like the left and right filter values into the actual visualizations below. But right now also the other thing is we can like codify the colors. If I go grab Jalen Hurts here for the Philly folks, now it turns green. So we're able to like codify based on the team name on the back end, the color of the stats. This is going to be a good opportunity for input tables, I think. So like you can put free form your actual scoring format. And so for the folks that saw a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, I asked like everyone wants to play fantasy football as a company. If you thought it was just a fun casual league with your coworkers, you were wrong. We are all going to be guinea pigs and seeing if we could drop in some live scoring in here, and then this will then like tie back into like the rest of the stats that we can now then publish, and we'll have like live data flowing into it. Also, like the other thing that this particular customer wanted was like on the dashboard, they also wanted like they didn't want a whole chat window for Blobby. So I think Ariel at one point built kind of a little Blobby helper in the bottom right that you can kind of pop open and close down there. And then also, of course, like your standard things like just dropping into a new workbook to poke around with the data. You can save it into this over here. And then, of course, we have Blobby standalone on the left-hand side here as well. One thing to know is I am embedding currently in single content mode instead of application mode, which has been a hot button topic recently. But this means that like you can actually start like embedding Ask Omni in the Blobby helper as a side panel button over here instead of having to list it in the application button and go from the homepage itself. Cool. There's more to come on this, and at some point we'll definitely need people's help to actually make this productionalized.